Welcome to Backroads DIY. This is the video I've been waiting for. They started today. It's kind of windy, nasty, rainy out here, but they started this morning working on digging out the pond. They were actually out here yesterday digging starting to dig the basement. Let's walk up here first and take a look at it. Been using a high lift and a mini X to dig most of it. Come up here in the mud. You can see this is pretty much all good Indiana clay here that we have. I started digging over there. That's where the front porch and basement's going to be. It looks to be, without me crawling down in there, looks to be maybe 6-7 feet deep. But they took all the clay out of here. Well, they pushed the topsoil over there in that pile first. Then they pushed all the clay over here. I just spoke to the contractor. This pile was about 3 times the size of what it is now, but they used the clay from here and are working to push it down the hill down here into the pond. So walk down here a little bit. Try not to fall. I'm sure that would make some good video, but let's not do that today. All right, you can see they started to cut the top in, stopped in right about over there. Right back there is the sinkhole. Like I said, they're going to try to fill that in tomorrow. They're working another 8 hours tomorrow on Sunday. And if we come out this way, sorry, I keep moving my camera here. You can see they kind of started to cut in the top of the dam on and around. They should be either burning this soon, or they may push it all together, he said. Dig one side of the pond and then come back and move everything back over onto what's been dug and then dig the other side out. It's still pretty green, but if you did it hot enough, it'll burn. Let's walk over here and take a look at the sinkhole area. And I've got my camera set up there for the time lapse. I'm hoping it's working well. And here at the end of this video series, I can put all that together and make just one long video of the build from start to finish. This will be nice. The plan is for this to be around 10 feet wide on top. That way I can make a couple passes with the zero turn, keep it maintained, kind of dress all this out. I'll have to come through and do a lot of cleanup. I mean, this huge old tree here looks like it is an oak tree, but there's just brush everywhere. I'll have to probably rent some equipment. I don't have any, besides a brush hog and a bucket for the Kubota tractor, I don't have any mulchers or anything like that. So I may have to rent something that'll hook up to our tractor. Let's fall back this way. You can see the high lift up there on top of the hill. They dug down here some, so that's probably a couple feet lower than what it was. So I would guess it is probably right now about 25 feet in elevation change from down here to up there at the bottom of my basement. This is all just clay. I'm gonna be a mess. So like I said, I got the sniffles. It's been rainy, cold, good old sinus fun. Looks like they've dug this out a little bit more over here. Get some more rock out of it. Push the rock back up there. This is some soft, nasty stuff. Looks like our snake friend from the last video is gone. Something probably carried him away. And then there's the sinkhole. I asked him again about it. Actually, I can see that it goes down there probably 8 to 10 feet. It's a very small cavity. Down there, it's maybe a foot wide by 5 or 6 inches. I know it's hard to tell on camera, but it necks down to maybe 3 by 4 inches or so down there in the bottom. But he felt pretty comfortable being able to pack this full of clay. They're gonna use a lot of the clay they took out of here and up on top of the hill. Pack this in as best as they can. They're gonna then cut the keyway, or maybe they've already been doing the keyway. It's hard to tell, it's maybe covered up. But they're gonna bury the sinkhole and then continue the top of the dam here and pile on top of it. That way that sinkhole is buried down in there pretty far. Don't have to worry about water intrusion and it continuing to open up. This is just getting slicker and slicker as I keep going. Some big rocks up there. A few good ones. We'll probably see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8. Well, there's probably 10 to 12, maybe a dozen good rocks. There's another one here. It might be worth something when it comes out that we'll use for the waterfall, which I'm hoping to kind of put back here in this corner. My contractor, he's got 3 ponds out on his farm, and each one of them has a waterfall feature on it. I've seen photos of it. One of them's like 60 foot, 70 foot wide. I'm not thinking it'll be that big, but I'd like to have something back here in the corner, kind of a focal point, have a fountain in the middle, and then have my dock over on the far side. That way when you pull up to the house or come down the driveway, you'll actually be able to see the dock and the waterfall. So I am trying to talk while also not getting stuck in the mud. I mean, yeah, fun stuff. Good old Indiana weather. Earlier this week it was in the 70s. And now we're down in the 30s and 20s again. All right, let's walk back up here to the top of the hill on the other side of the house foundation and take a look. Sorry if the video's all bouncy. This terrain is not necessarily the easiest to walk on. All right, up the hill. Ooh. If I fall, I may just delete it. You'll never know then, right? Oh. All right. Got up the pond bank. And now let's head the rest of the way up the hill. You can see the mountain of clay there. All right, this is easier walking. There's the foundation, all dug out, and we'll pan around over to the pond. And I'm out of breath. I'm gonna have to walk around that pond whenever we move out here, get back in shape. Whew. All right, I think I'm gonna get the drone up, get some aerial photos of today. Then I'll stop by the next few days while they're out digging, stop by after church tomorrow, see how they're doing. Get some more footage. I just shut down the video and there's some noise in the woods. And we got 3, 4 young bucks coming down to check things out. But one of them's all scared. We'll stand here for a minute. It's like a young bachelor group. They see me, they're not too sure. I see 2 down here on the bank. There's 2 more up on the hill. Normally we drive past and we'll get, maybe 10 feet away from them, and they just kind of look at us and don't really care too much about us. Another one back there in the woods. Oh, they're gonna jump on me. Well, maybe I'll sit here in a little bit and see if they come back out after I clean off my shoes and get back in the van. We are back for day 3 of the pond dig. You guys left, looks like about an hour ago or so. I saw them on camera leave. I'm just now getting off work and getting a chance to get out of here and check out the progress. But it looks like we've got a dam all the way around. I was out yesterday. I'll show the drone footage at the end. I didn't get a chance to walk around here with the camera, but I did get the drone up and did some action shots. But today, looks like they finished all the way around. Got everything packed in nicely. They got the big old clump of, or pile of clay is gone. It's all spread around. It's pretty well compacted down here. This top of the dam here is roughly, I'd say probably 8 feet wide. Wide enough for the high lift to go all the way around with its bucket. I think he said he was gonna make it roughly 8 to 10 feet wide. Must be about that. So we'll walk around here, check everything out. They've got all the brush pushed here to the middle. So they got a lot of stuff dug out of the bottom. Not quite sure how deep that is. Right now, it looks like they may actually be probably digging down a little further because the pile, it may be hard to tell on camera here, especially with the sun in the background, but it is a little higher than the surrounding area next to it. We'll walk around here. Some nice topsoil on top of here. This will be nice. I can come out and dress this out, rake it out. When it warms up a little bit, spread some grass seed. Looks like they got a flag here. They may have been out. I see some more flags over on that side, and my guess is he had the transit set up earlier and was shooting grade just to make sure he's kind of level all the way around. I'll try to see if I can get out here tomorrow when he's still working. We're coming up right about here. If you recognize those rocks from earlier in the video or last couple of videos, this is about where the sinkhole was. So this is all fully covered, fully packed in. Sinkhole is probably, I'm going to guess it's, I don't know, maybe 10 feet down under this clay here and topsoil. So I think we should be good there. We'll kind of dress this out. That way, you know, water's not coming straight into that wanting to seep down. It'll kind of flow over the top of the dam. There's not much of a hill. There's a little bit of a hill up there. So there should be a lot of water coming down, but we'll dress that up. We'll keep these big rocks for the waterfall. Small ones will get tossed in one of the other sinkholes here on the property. Some more flags. Look back around the other way. This thing is huge. It is definitely gone beyond what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was probably going to be 3/4 of an acre initially. Then after we talked with the guy, he said, probably an acre. Then after I met with him a couple days ago, he's thinking probably about an acre and a half. We went all far back as we could. That made sense. We wanted to kind of make sure we didn't get too far over in the about the neighbor's field. Still have enough watershed coming in off the field, the hill back here in the back, as well as up there where the house is going. That wood pile is going to make a nice big fire. Another flag over here. We don't have a spillway built in. That's something we're still kind of discussing. If we want the water to just kind of naturally go over the dam and find its exit point, or if we want to cut in an area. He typically shoots for the water level to be about 1.5 feet to a foot lower than what the top of the dam is. So it gives quite a bit of room for it to rise before it actually crests the top of the dam. But we'll see what we do on that. This is a little less steep over here. This may be where I put some of the fish structure, some of the pea gravel down here for spawning beds for the bluegill, and probably the red ear we'll put in here. So I haven't talked about that, but I think it depends on when the pond gets done, when it's full. Plan on putting bluegill in here, maybe hybrid bluegill, some red ear sunfish, some minnows, at least in the spring, summer, maybe fall. I haven't fully decided yet if I'm going to put bass in this year or wait until next year. I don't want to put bass in too early and have them eat all of my little fish. So I may wait a year for the whatever I stock initially to get some size on it and kind of be able to protect itself. But we're gonna keep whatever doesn't burn down here in the bottom, the stumps and whatnot, for some structure. We'll probably cut down some of the other cedars that we have around here that are in the way of where the barn's gonna go, and some other, maybe the driveway, and throw those in there as well. And then we'll do some kind of man-made fish structure as well. But getting pretty excited on this. I'll throw up the drone here, give some aerial photos, and then I may kind of set the drone down in the bottom and kind of zero it out, and then fly it up and land it on the top of the dam here, just to see how big of a difference we are in terms of elevation change. I'll walk down here at the bottom. I probably won't show very well on camera, but I will take a wild guess on the height, and then I'll let the drone prove me wrong. All right, we're down here by the wood pile, and this wood pile is easily 12 to 15 feet high. All right, so I'm over 6 feet tall. If we look over here, it's definitely above my head. I'm gonna guess the top of that is, I'm gonna go with 12 feet. We'll say we're at about 12 feet right now before we kind of dig down here a little deeper. All right, enough talking for today. Let's get the drone up and check the progress. Well, as you just saw, the drone had a run-in with the tree and it lost. So I did a couple broken propellers, but I've got spares. It's my fault. I should have been paying more attention to where the drone was in relation to the trees. I didn't realize it was when I was swinging my my circle that it was going back closer to the tree, but I got lucky. I mean, it's a little muddy that I'll clean up. Like I said, a couple of broken blades, but other than that, no other visible damage. So we'll get it cleaned up, get it blades replaced on it, and we'll be good to go. All right, we are completely done. It's a couple days after the contractors left. It's been pretty nasty, so I'm just now getting out here to did a video of everything. But it took about 11 days from start to finish, and there was just one guy out here working each day. And you can see that all the way around. Dam, it's about 8 to 10 feet wide. We'll walk around here as I talk and take a look at everything. It's supposed to snow a couple inches here later in the week, so I think they may come out and burn the pile. But they got everything rough grade, so it's going to settle over the next couple of months with just the rain, snow, just ground settling. And then when they come back out to dig the septic for our house, he said he will use the skid steer then to come back and grade this out again, fill out any kind of low areas, like over in here, smooth it out. I did ask him on the depth, and he said it ranges from 10.5 feet deep to 12 feet deep. So right up here on the left is where the sinkhole was. So sinkhole is basically kind of directly underneath where we are now. See, all this is cleaned up. We're now roughly 12 feet higher than ground level, plus digging out the sinkhole. So we probably have a good 15 feet or so of clay on top of the sinkhole. Then however wide this is, or if I'm out here, back here where the sinkhole was in the back, we have, several feet in front of us, and then we have all of that down in front of that too, as well as the keyway all the way around. So I'm hoping we're good there. I don't have to worry about any kind of water issues, but it's a pond. It's not guaranteed, so we'll see. The ground's all frozen. All the rocks over here we're going to use for the waterfall. This one is massive. If I put my hand on it, it's hard to get a feel for really how big. It's probably, I'm going to guess, 5 feet wide and all of 2 feet, maybe 2.5 feet thick. So that's going to be a fun one to move. This ground's hard to walk on. Last time I was here, it was super muddy. Now it's all frozen and hard to walk on. So now we are over here on the far side where the waterfall is going to go. You can get a good sense of how far away it is, and the house going right up there. They just poured the foundation this week. It was actually on Thursday, and it was too cold and hadn't set up enough for them to pour the walls on Friday, so they're hoping to do that this week. Bunch of deer prints. And I'm walking around, checking things out. They've been out here quite a bit. Yeah, I'm ready to get this thing full on. It's going to take
quite a bit of time. But if we look over here at the neighbor's field, that's all uphill there. So all the watershed should come down. It's going to hit kind of this low area, and it'll end up coming up over the dam. There's a trench over here that we'll use kind of as the spillway for now, but we didn't actually bury a pipe or dig it lower, but this is kind of the low area right now, so we just expect the water to kind of roll over the dam and then just disperse from there. Got a lot of cleanup to do around the pond. Got all these straggly looking trees, vines. I got probably a day or 2 days worth of cleanup around just to trim the stuff up, make it so it's easier to walk around. Eventually be able to plant some grass here in the spring and then mow around it. But, yeah, like I said, it's all done. Start to finish was about 11 days total with one guy working the mini excavator, the skid steer, and the high lift. The high lift was out here for, I want to say 5 days of work, I believe, maybe 6. I'd have to go back and look at my invoice to remember for sure. But if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section. I read every comment, every question. I'll try to respond as best as I can. And if I get a bunch of questions about the process or cost or anything like that, I'll try to do a separate video and answer everybody's questions. But I appreciate you watching the series. So this is the end of part 3, and what I'm going to be working on next is going to be building some fish structure. Probably use some concrete blocks. We'll use some stumps, maybe use some corrugated drain pipes, but I'll video that, add that to the playlist, and I still have my time lapse going, so we'll get some pictures of the pond, hopefully filling up, and then I'll just check back in periodically and we'll see how it's doing. Appreciate you watching. If you like this video, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe. Thank you.